Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 18, Sloka 66, Part 72. Sarva-dharmān parityajya, mām ekaṁ śaraṇaṁ vraja, ahaṁ sarva-pāpebhyo, mokṣayiṣyāmi mā śucaḥ. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Seriousness of offending a devotee has been discussed now. In the previous session, we saw a story from Valmiki Ramayana where a disciple, Trishanku, offended his guru, a great Bhagavata, sage Vasishtha, and as a reaction, he became Karma Chandala. He fell down from his position. In this session, we are going to hear another story from Mahabharata. When Krishna went to Hastinapur as a messenger of Pandavas, at that time Narada and other great rishis were also present there, and they were telling many stories to make Dhritarashtra realize and understand and accept Krishna's proposal. One of the story is this. There was a Brahmana by name Galavan. He studied all Vidyas under his guru, sage Vishwamitra. After finishing his studies under Vishwamitra, Galavan desired to give Guru Dakshina. So before he could leave the ashram, he approached his guru and requested him to ask for something as a fee for what he has taught him. Galavan felt unless he pays proper fee to his guru, whatever he has learned will not retain. Therefore he wanted to show his gratitude to his guru. It is said that when we go to a doctor, we should not take treatment for free. Likewise, when we go to a guru, we should not take free education. In both places, one must pay and then take the services. With that intention, Galavan requested Vishwamitra to ask for something. In response to the request of Galavan, sage Vishwamitra said, "You don't need to give me anything. I taught you all the knowledge for the service you did with love. I was very pleased by your service and your Guru Bhakti. I don't need anything specific. I'm happy. You can go and lead your life as you desire with the knowledge you gained from me." But Galavan was not happy. He was not pleased with the response. Therefore, he asked again and he got a refusal from Vishwamitra. And then he asked again and again and again several times. Sage Vishwamitra became little irritated. In anger, then Vishwamitra told Galavan, "Go bring me 800 horses. Each horse should be as white as moon, Chandra, and one of its ear must be green in color." Galavan collapsed. Poor Galavan, shocked to hear such a request from his guru. How am I going to find even one horse with such a description? And what to speak of 800 horses? Only option is to completely surrender to the Lord and beg for His mercy to help him in this terrible situation. That time, the mighty Garuda, who was friend of Galavan, arrived on spot and asked him what's the problem. And Galavan explained the whole thing that happened between him and his Guru Vishwamitra. And now he cannot take his word back. He needs to find 800 white horses, each having a green ear. Garuda pacified him and told him, "Well, I'll take you on my back and travel all over the earth to find those horses. Garuda placed Galavan on one of the corner of his back and started traveling all over different places. At one point, even Garuda became tired. Garuda wanted to take some rest, a break. So he spotted a mountain called Rishabha. He told Galavan, let's take some rest over here and then we can continue our search for those 800 horses. When they reached that mountain, they saw a hut where a woman was living and her name was Sandili. She was a great devotee of the Lord, a wonderful Vaishnava. Garuda and Galavan paid their respects to Sandili and she took care of them very nicely, provided them nice food and also gave them place to rest. Garuda was very pleased by her hospitality and also was amazed to see her devotion towards the Lord. She was practicing everything perfectly. She was by herself. Garuda felt he has not seen such a devoted woman so far. But within himself, Garuda was thinking, why such an exalted devotee, Bhagavata, with such a jnana and bhakti should remain in this nowhere spot. This place is not a pilgrimage. It is not a holy dham. There is no temple, no devotees living here, no chance to do any other services. This place doesn't remind anything to do with the Lord. Nothing here seemed to be conducive for Krishna consciousness. This lady, this devotee, helplessly living here because she is a woman. Maybe physically she cannot travel to a holy dham to reside there. Probably I should help her. I should put her on my back in a corner like Galavan and drop her in a holy place where she can live a happy, Krishna conscious life in service of the Lord, in thoughts of the Lord, where there will be temple, there will be association of devotees, there will be holy water, there will be Krishna Katha going on constantly, there will be Kirtan happening constantly. She can get a nice prasadam, she can have regular darshan of the deities, she can do parikrama. Her life will be successful. In this very life, she will attain Krishna. In this thought, Garuda went deep into sleep. Garuda did not realize the very thought about Sandili in this manner itself an offense. Wherever a great Bhagavata lives, that place becomes a tirtha, a holy dham. And 6 yojanas around that great devotee is considered a kshetram, holy place. In our list of offenses that we saw previously, one of the offenses was a nirupanam, offending a devotee based on where they live. Also, there was a sharira nirupanam was made against her. She being a woman, Garuda thought that she is incapable of moving from this place. Like this, multiple offenses were committed against her. Garuda did not realize until he got up. When he got up and ready to move, to his surprise, he was not able to move. His wings fell off from his body. He couldn't fly any further. Galavan, Garuda's friend, was very perplexed and worried seeing Garuda in this condition. So he asked Garuda, what offense did he commit that he lost his wings? He said, as far as I know, you have not committed any offenses. I was with you all the time. I don't see any opportunity for you to commit any offenses. And there's no many people in this land. Pretty much it's a no man land except this lady Sandiri. So how was it possible that you could have committed offense to lose your wings? Only thing I don't know, or I have no access about your mind. I'm not sure if you had committed any offense against anyone mentally. Is that the case, Garuda? Did he offend anyone mentally? Garuda, with his face down, said, Yes, Galava, I have made a big Bhagavata apachara mentally. Then Garuda explained his thought process against Sandili. And he said, due to that offense that I made, I lost my wings. Then Garuda immediately approached Sandili and begged at her feet for forgiveness for thinking in that way. And having been forgiven by Sandili, Garuda got his wings back. When we know that we have committed an offense to a Vaishnava, a Bhagavata, it is important that we, as soon as possible, we have to seek forgiveness from that particular Bhagavata. It is said in the commentaries of Ramayana, when Rama did not shoot arrow on Vali the very first time when Sugriva encountered, he gave a reason that I was not able to differentiate between you and your brother, therefore I didn't want to shoot the arrow on you. For that reason, let's make some arrangement. So he told Lakshmana to garland Sugriva, and Sugriva went and bowed down before Lakshmana, where Lakshmana could garland Sugriva for identification purpose. This looks as a simple story, but the deeper meaning that been revealed by the Acharyas is that Sugriva was very proud having the association of the Lord himself. Therefore, he ignored to take care of Lakshmana, who is a great devotee of the Lord. Sugriva made sure Lord Rama gets food, gets rest, and all other needs. He was spending hours together talking to Rama, but he didn't even bother to ask Lakshmana if he had eaten anything, if he has taken rest. Rama was not happy when his devotees are not taken care. Therefore, to rectify the mistake of Sugriva, this lesson was taught to him. The very first time, he got pretty much defeated and hit badly by Vali, and this is a result of offending a devotee. And Rama made him bow down in front of Lakshmana, and with the blessings of Lakshmana, Sugriva was able to go back second time and win this time. Going back to our Garuda story, it is interesting to observe that when Garuda mentally offended Sandili, his wings fell off. Question is, why did the wing fall off, not any other part of his body? His beak or his legs, his eyes? Why wings? Krishna has a special program for offenders. Whoever offend a Bhagavata with whatever pride that they have, that same pride will be a destruction for that offender. Garuda was proud of his wings. He thought he can carry Sandili to another place. Therefore, the reaction to that is to have that proud removed from Garuda. In this case, it is Garuda's wings. If he doesn't have wings, how is he going to serve the Lord? Which means the Lord's mercy is also removed by removing the wings. 3 things happened. 1. He thought that Sandili was in a wrong place. Number 2. He thought that being a stree, a woman, she is incapable of moving to a better place. Number 3. He thought, let me put her on my back in one of the corner like Galavan and place her in a dham. In this third point, Garuda did not think that she has to be given utmost respect and pretty much carried, if at all he wants to carry. He didn't think that he must carry her like the Supreme Lord with all respect, because she is a great devotee of the Lord. Instead, he thought, I'll just put her on my back, as if he is going to carry an object. He underestimated the greatness of Lord's devotee. He underestimated the place where the devotee was living. He underestimated the capacity of a Stri who was a devotee. And very important message from this story that we can derive and apply in our life is, however a person may be great, he may be a great devotee, but if he offends another Vaishnava, all his greatness are lost. Garuda was not an ordinary devotee. He was a direct servant of the Lord. He carries the Lord wherever the Lord desires to. Of course, the power of carrying, the power of flying, it's all bestowed to him by the Lord. Otherwise, he won't be able to do any of these things. In another incident, the Lord himself clarifies this to Garuda. Once, a snake by name Sumukhan was running away from Garuda to save its life. But Garuda was hungry and he wants to eat the snake Sumukhan. Somehow Sumukhan managed to go and surrender unto the Lord by coiling himself on the leg of the throne where the Lord was sitting and was begging for shelter to save him. Garuda, who was searching for Sumukhan, finally sighted that Sumukhan was near the Lord's lotus feet. He approached the Lord and asked the Lord to give Sumukhan as his food. The Lord refused to hand over Sumukhan as a food to Garuda. Garuda became angry. Out of hunger, he said to the Lord, "You don't have gratitude. I've been carrying you and your consoles wherever you want, whenever you want, and you refuse to give my food?" The Lord smilingly said, "Garuda, even hunger makes a person like you to lose your balance. You have been thinking that you carried me all these days. The fact is, sitting on you, it is me who was carrying you all these days. The ability to carry is coming from me. The ability to fly is coming from me. The fact is, it is me who was carrying you. It is me who was flying. You think you carried me and you're flying. When I can carry the entire creation, how big are you in the creation?" Then Garuda immediately fell at the feet of the Lord, seeking for forgiveness. No doubt, Garuda was a great Nityasuri, eternally liberated servant of the Lord. But that doesn't give a license for someone to commit offense to another Vaishnava. Garuda was a great Vaishnava, well known, very popular, whereas Sandali, a simple devotee, not known to many. Probably this is the very first time many hearing her name now for the first time. So just because a person is a great devotee, he cannot offend a simple devotee. Just because a Vaishnava is in a high position, he cannot offend another Vaishnava who's in a simple service. Just because a devotee has influence over others, because he is quite famous among other Vaishnava community, it doesn't mean that he can take advantage or misuse of that in offending a simple devotee. Garuda had a ahaṁkara within himself which was untold, that he being a servant of the Lord, whereas Sandali had no ahaṁkara because she did not possess any position, any name, any fame. She is not a direct servant of the Lord. There is no way that Sandali will have ahaṁkara. In that sense, even though she was born low, but she is considered to be higher than Garuda because Garuda's birth as a devata had ahaṁkara. In that sense, Sandali becomes greater or higher than Garuda. We will emphasize this, revisit this again in future session when we see few other stories. So the point is not to misuse one's position, not to misuse one's skills, ability, and offend a Vaishnava based on any of those offenses that we learned earlier. In our next session, we'll hear another couple of stories. Thank you. Hare Krishna.